to the registration table right down here to my right and sign up. Grab a yellow card and then visit each vendor and get a stamp. That entitles you to a free lunch inside at 1:30, as well as gift bags. We have events out here at the plaza. We have NewYorkCity.gov emergency management from the city. We have Harlem Hospital doing a Stop the Bleed presentation. We have more presentations inside. We have the fire truck, New York City Fire Department with the smokehouse demonstration. So please step up, register, grab your yellow card, and get stamped.
In this game like state lines, it was visionary. Either I'm genius or it's scary. Maybe it's both in this balance I deliver daily. For every in these streets trying to feed the babies. The single mama's working hard not to miss a payment. And dirty money get washed on royalty statements. Black owners in this game are powerful racists. Young then the set that's doing it makeshift out the garage. It's how you end up in Georgia. It's how you end up in penthouses, end up in cars. It's how you start off a curb server, end up a boss. It's how you win the whole thing and lift up a cigar with sweat dripping down your face. Cause the mission was time that I checked.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
It was no smut on my rap last time that I checked. I was selling in the set. Make $250,000, no sweat last time that I checked. I'm the streets voice.
Okay.
Legendary self-made progress last time that I checked. First you get the money, then respect, then the power and the come last time that I checked. I got the front and in the back. We on the way and that's a fact. This same rap where everybody wanna act pro-black. The last lie you heard this ain't that.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Harlem Emergency Preparedness Day. Step on up to the WEBT table, get your yellow registration card.
I remember all that game you thought me. Don't fuck around and get body like talk that shit to these Adrian Broner, but secure the window, don't let the game push you. Cause when it's game over, it's really game over. And all they do
yes,
is
yes, yes. I see you, Greg Shane. Step up and register at the WEBT table. Get your yellow card and visit all the tables. Come on over to the fire department smoke truck. Learn how to protect yourself so that you don't cause a fire. And get more valuable information. Bob will help you, right, Bob? WHCR 90.3 FM, Harlem's own radio station.
You know I ain't come to play, let's turn me up. Snapping off the rip, yo, say I'm a favorite. You probably don't wanna let your baby mama take a picture. Why? Cause I'm the type of baby that's gon' fuck the babysitter. I just did a show and put up laughing on the hating nigga.
Harlem Emergency Preparedness Day. Learn CPR. Learn what to do in the event of an emergency.
I ain't got no time to play with what you see. I see these think they tough, you play with me, you know it's up. You think it's sweet, then call my bluff and I'm a spanking. Yeah, all them yeah.
FDNY has a smoke truck demonstration. Go check it out.
Walk down on that nigga. Fuck the drive-by. Yeah, this came in with me, but
we also have things going on at the radio station. Right inside the NAC building. Get your yellow registration card. Come on inside to room 1513. Learn to do CPR. Learn how to stop the bleed.
That tripping, why you laughing?
Nah, that's fucked up, bro. You ain't have to bring the kids into it.
You know I ain't come to play, let's get it. I'm snapping off the rip. Yo, say I'm a favorite. You probably don't wanna let your baby mama take a picture. Cause I'm the type of baby that's gon' fuck the babysitter. I just did a show and put up laughing on the hating nigga. Them bitches hit me, they drop fast. I'm on these rapping notes. I put that 40 out, he better have an angel with him. Hey, all them niggas and whoever they got hanging with him.
Melvin Taylor, DJ.
Said that she want a paddock with her name up on it. Paddock. You gotta f on the op and get them painted earned. I'm dripping, I slip in my socks, got Gucci gang up on them. Dripping them, dripping. Going back. She got fleas, she fly, she's a net. I'm on the, I get high, she on batch, I can't match. I got fiends in the line, shipping the packs out the back. I did the impossible, I read the defense, then I had called the audible. Twitch. Look like a sequence. Let me keep at the back crawling in. They said I want beef. The fuck I had to go hard again. 300 Sparta, man. I'm a barbarian. I'ma get my revenge. Not at the spot, don't tell over car I'm in. No. Keeping my head above the water just like a shark fin. We got the narcs in. Chopper Clark in. Don't get popped in.
Hey. You know I ain't come to play, let's turn me up. I'm snapping off the rip. Yo, say I'm a favorite. Ha. You probably don't want to let your baby mama take a picture. Cause I'm the type of baby that's gon' fuck the babysitter. I just did a show and put up laughing on the hating dude. Them bitches hit me, they drop fast. I'm only rapping. I put that 40 out, he better have an angel with him. All them niggas and whoever they got hanging with him.
I keep it juicy, juicy. I eat that lunch. She keep that booty, booty. She keep that plump, yeah. That natural beauty, beauty, yeah, yeah. If you could see it from the front, wait till you see it from the back, yeah. Back, juicy. Back, yeah. Back, juicy. Back, yeah. Back, juicy. If you could see it from the front, wait till you see it from the back, yeah. He like it thick, he like it fat, yeah. Like to keep on wanting more.
Nah. Welcome to Harlem Emergency Preparedness Day. Learn what to do in the event of an emergency. Learn how to prevent an emergency. Step on over to the smoke truck. New York City's finest. Ask Bob, he'll show you. Right, Bob? Learn how to do CPR. Learn how to stop the bleed. Learn how to pack a go bag. We also have things going on inside. Room 513, come step up to the WEBT table. Get yourself a yellow registration card. Get information from all the tables. And when you go inside, you might have a little lunch.
I love when you give in, I love when you don't. Me with the threesome and sometimes you won't. You tell me don't with no as you know. You got it, yeah, you got it, baby. Bust it on the floor.
I keep it juicy, juicy. I eat that lunch. She keep that booty, booty. She keep that plump, yeah. That natural beauty, beauty, yeah, yeah. If you could see it from the front, wait till you see it from the back, yeah. Back, juicy. Back, yeah. Back, juicy. Back, yeah. Back, juicy. If you could see it from the front, wait till you see it. He like it plump, he need the rump and need the thighs. He eat that up and in the night. He see that in the dark and in the right. He keep it running like it plump. He need the rump and need the thighs. He eat that up and in the night. He see that in the dark and in the right. He keep it running. I keep it juicy. I eat that lunch. She keep that booty, booty. She keep that plump, yeah. That natural beauty, beauty, yeah. If you could see it from the front, wait till you see it from the back.
Welcome to, thank you, Harlem Emergency Preparedness Day. Harlem Hospital, and their table is located over in front of the NAT lobby. They're about to do a demonstration you don't want to miss. Step up to the WEBT table, get yourself a yellow registration card, and come on over to the demonstration.
Hey, Panini, don't you
learn CPR.
Why you trying to keep me teeny?
Stop the bleed.
Wished it on the genie. I got fans finally, and you wanting them to see me. I thought you want this for my life, Said you wanted to see me thrive. You lied, just said.
Welcome, Harlem Emergency Preparedness Day. Step on over to the WEBT table. Get yourself a yellow registration card.
this song right here remind me of my ex. I be declining.
And come on over to Harlem Hospital table
I be like, girl, hush your mouth. You know
for
I
a
got time
live
for them mistakes.
demonstration.
You know I injured my right hand, so when I get behind, I use my left. She watched that Walker, Texas Ranger, say I remind her of Nas X.
Harlem Hospital table is located on the left side. Just stop on over
and I like girls
for a live demonstration.
My back and out all hundreds and ain't no time, then I don't go. I be like, say to me what you want from me. Just say to me what you want from me. Hey Panini, don't you be a meanie. Thought you wanted me to go. Why you tryna keep me teeny now they need me. Number one, no screaming. No, they used to love me. So what happened? What's the meaning? Now I thought you want this for my life, for my life.
Step on over to the Harlem Hospital table for a live demonstration on how to stop the bleed and CPR. Learn CPR right now at the Harlem Hospital table, located on the left side of the entrance of the NAC building. And when you finish, step over to the WEBT table and register. Harlem Emergency Preparedness Day. 7 years in a row. Helping you, Harlem, stay safe.
Yeah. I was riding around in the V12 with the racks in the middle. I was riding around in the V12 with the racks in the middle. Yeah. I was riding around in the V12 with the racks in the middle. Had to pray to Almighty God, they let my dog out the kennel. When you get it straight up by the mud, you can't imagine it. I've been pulling up in the drop tops with the baddest. Young been focused on my check. Got a new coupe wrapped around my neck. Tryna put the water on my potato. I got killers to the left of me.
We was lurking on her. Ain't show no mercy on her. We was going back to back. We put a curfew on her. It was dark clouds.
Welcome to Harlem's 7th Annual Emergency Preparedness Day. Step on over to the Harlem Hospital table. Learn how to stop the bleed. They're doing a live demonstration right now. Also learn CPR. And when you're done, register at the WEBT table, get you a yellow stamp card, and you can visit all the tables and get all the information you need so that you're prepared in the event of an emergency.
Had to pray to Almighty God, they let my dog out the kennel. When you get it straight up by the mud, you can't imagine it. I've been pulling up in the drop tops with the baddest. Young been focused on my check. Got a new coupe wrapped around my neck. Tryna put the water on my potato. I got killers to the left of me.
Look, under no condition would you ever catch me slipping. Motorcaded shooters plus the Maybach chauffeur driven. If they catch me with it, don't send me off to prison. Judge ain't sympathizing, court don't show forgiveness. Engine in the Lambo drowning out the music. Sip Dior with the flowers, 5 gold Cubans. Champagne while I shop, hope I splurge foolish. Closing escrow twice this month, both commercial units. Damn, I wish my nigga Fast was here. How you died 30-something after banging all them years? Grammy nominated, in the sign of shedding tears. All this money, power, fame, and I can't make you reappear. But I don't wipe them though. We just embrace the only life we know. If it was me, I'd tell you to live your life and grow. I tell you finish where we started, reach them heights, you know. And gas the V12 to the pipe and smoke.
I was riding around in the V12 with the racks in the middle. Had to pray to Almighty God, they let my dog out the kennel. When you get it straight up by the mud, you can't imagine it. I've been pulling up in the drop tops with the baddest. Young been focused on my check. Got a new coupe wrapped around my neck. Tryna put the water on my potato. I got killers to the left of me.
Another $1 million bail, that's just some regular. See my granny on the jet, some I never forget. Next day we flew to Vegas with my Puma Connects. We break bread, we ain't new to success. Blade music and best. Enterprise, take lucrative steps. Cold game, but I knew it was chess. Had
game, you a student at best. But it's a couple things you can expect. Look, just like money, no money, your shooters respect. Other shooters, we was both doing my crew on your neck. I'm on the freeway in the drop, it got me losing my breath. And do the dash with the blues on the deck.
Exclamation mark, exclamation mark.
They hurt bad, they hurt in the worst way. Why we fight in the first place? Always mad on a Monday, mine on the wrong way. I see you on the wrong way. Sometimes I want
Yeah. It's the 7th annual Harlem Emergency Preparedness Day. Learn what to do in the event of an emergency. There'll be CPR demonstrations actually going on right now at the Harlem Hospital table. New York's finest fire department has a smoke truck, and they'll give you a demonstration on what to do and what not to do to prevent a fire, how to be safe. Harlem Emergency Preparedness Day. Do you have a go bag? Do you know what goes in a go bag? Find out today. Step on over to the Harlem Hospital table located right here on the left side of the NAC lobby entrance and learn how to stop the bleed. We stopping the bleed. Al, let's stop the bleed. Osakwe is going to teach you how to stop the bleed. Can you please learn in case somebody cut me?
Should you sustain a cut or piercing injury, it's important that you get pressure on it right away. When it comes to stopping or stemming the flow of blood, pressure is your best friend. And so if you stop by the table, we're demonstrating a few techniques, and so you'll learn to be empowered and provide help or aid if needed. Please stop by the Stop the Bleed table and learn these techniques. Thank you.
You are the help until help arrives.
See the same vision. Nobody gon' change how we live. Nobody gon' change how I feel about you. I want to do you whatever you want. Freaky, freaky for you. Show me what you're into. Oh, girl, you just blow mine, blow mine.
It's the 7th annual Harlem Emergency Preparedness Day. Learn what to do in the event of an emergency. Learn how to be prepared for an emergency. Learn how to prevent an emergency. Right now at the Harlem Hospital table, they're doing a Stop the Bleed demonstration. Come on over. Learn how to stop the bleed.
You never walk, should not because myself I never talk. I look you, they laugh you. I shall no say the time go come, mama. I no say the time go come. When you know go fit the line. Life not on python. Whether you like or not, go back to Jamie, basically go pass. So yeah, keep me jack on. Anybody, when no one does surgery.
Welcome to the 7th annual Harlem Emergency Preparedness Day. Step on over to the WEBT table. Get yourself a yellow registration card. And get the information you need in the event of an emergency. Learn CPR. Right now at the Harlem Hospital table, they are teaching you how to stop the bleed. Do you know that you are the help until help comes? Step on over to the FDNY smoke truck and get a demonstration on how to prevent fires in your home. Learn what to do in the event of an emergency. At 2:30, learn what to do in the event of an active shooter. Learn what to do at 2:30 inside WHCR Studios, room 513. Grab yourself a yellow vendor checklist. Get a registration card and visit all the tables. Get the information you need to help you in the event of an emergency. It's the 7th annual Harlem Preparedness Day, baby. Do you gotta go back? Tina, what's a go back? Now we had a good time. In case of an emergency, you can grab your bag and go. Learn what you need to put in it. We hurt each other.
Because my phone's connected.
Invisible sock.
Harlem Emergency Preparedness Day event, live from City College. And now, Harlem Hospital is doing a demonstration on Stop the Bleed. Let's listen in.
This is gauze. Okay, so this gauze has been treated with a chemical agent. It's called hemostatic gauze. And so the chemical agent on the gauze is designed to help the blood clot faster. Okay, so if you have access to a bleeding control kit or a trauma kit, this would definitely be your go-to. But so we're working on it. That's a great question. Right now, we are at the forefront of public education when it comes to bleeding control. Okay, so police officers recently all have tourniquets on their utility belts. Schools are starting to put up bleeding control kits, just like you see the AFib defibrillators or the Heimlich posters or the fire extinguishers. This is going to be part of that as well. I always tell people the very first TV PSA, public service announcement, was in the late 60s, and it was Dick Van Dyke, and he was doing a public service announcement. People were catching on fire. The rayon fabric that was popular at the time was highly flammable, and so the government stepped in and said, we need public education. Okay, and so you could stop anybody on the street in 2019 and ask them what stop, drop, and roll means, and they know. And that's because we've had all of these years of public education. So we're at the forefront of public education when it comes to bleeding control. And so to answer your question, no, they're not easily accessible. And that's why we're spending so much time getting this information out into the public while also working with institutions and agencies so that it is widely available. Okay, but for right now, we're going to take the steps to empower ourselves. We're not going to wait for these institutions and these buildings to make us safe. And so we're going to learn these techniques ourselves. Deal? There we go. All right, so like you said, you can take anything absorbent, cotton, gauze, anything you have, shirt sleeve, a towel. Don't worry about the cleanliness of it. The hospital has every local site antibiotic known to man and can cure any infection. Okay, so you're literally going to want to take whatever you have and you're going to want to pack it into the wound. Okay, and literally you're going to stuff it in, and what you're doing is you're filling the internal surface area, and by continuing to stuff it, you're actually applying pressure inside as it's pushing out against the walls of the injury. Okay, once you have that in, you're going to go right back to direct pressure. Again, that's 2 hands, constant, steady, no pumping, no peeking. Okay, our last technique, so we've done direct pressure, we've packed the wound, it's still bleeding, we're not out of the woods yet. Okay, Our last technique is a tourniquet. Okay, this is a tourniquet. Some of you may have seen it in movies before. Some of you have maybe seen makeshift versions where they take like 2 sticks and a piece of fabric and twist it around. But this is what a tourniquet looks like. It works just like a belt, and the idea is to apply as much constrictive force as possible. You literally want to squeeze the part of the body so that blood cannot get through the vein and the arteries. Okay? General rule of thumb is that the tourniquet goes between your heart and the injury. Okay, so for example purposes, let's say I've been injured on my leg. All right, I could have been stabbed. I could have walked past the corner of a desk too quickly. I could have been in a car accident. The point I'm making is that you can sustain an injury anytime, any place, anywhere, anyhow. I don't want to link it just to violence. I don't want to link it to anything specific. I want the public to be prepared. That's what today is all about. Okay, so if I sustain an injury to my leg, I'm going to apply the tourniquet 2 to 3 inches above the injury. Easiest way to measure that is take about 2 or 3 fingers, put it right above the injury. Okay, and then you're literally going to use your tourniquet and you're going to get it as tight as possible around that part of the body. Okay, I'm sorry, it's a little twisted right here, but we're literally going to pull and pull and pull as tight as we can. We're going to start to feed that around, and we're not done yet. Does everybody see this tool here? This little stick guy? Yeah. It's called a windlass. I didn't name it, I just like saying it. Windlass, right? But you're going to take this and you're going to twist it and twist it to get even more torque and tension on the tourniquet. All right, now see a couple of people making faces. It does not tickle. I'll tell you that much. It does not feel great. But again, we're talking about saving someone's life. Okay, so we all have to get over our squeamish feelings. We may have to comfort the person that we're providing aid to. They may be hollering and calling you names that you've never heard before, or maybe you have heard them before. I don't know. But it's all about saving someone's life. Okay, so we've got our windlass tight, put in the holster. We're just gonna bring everything around and seal it like this. Now, does everyone see how tight that is on the leg? All right, now what do you notice on this white band here? It says time, okay? It's important to note what time the tourniquet was put on so that when professional help arrives, they know how long that part of the body has been without blood or oxygen, okay? You're not at risk. The limb won't automatically be amputated or anything like that. I only mention that because those are some of the misconceptions about a tourniquet. As soon as you use a tourniquet, the person's leg is going to have to be amputated. That's not the case, okay? This is to apply enough constrictive force to stop or stem the flow of blood, and you're pretty good anywhere between 4 to 6 hours with the tourniquet on before you're at risk of losing a limb, rather. Okay, now the first question I always get is, what if I don't have a tourniquet? It's a great question. I'm glad you guys asked, all right? So if you don't have a tourniquet, you can use a tie, you can use a headscarf, okay? People always mention a belt, but the problem with the belt is that a lot of us, all of us possibly, our waist isn't as narrow as our leg, okay? And so if you use a belt, unless you've got one of the fancy ratchet belts, by the time you get the belt around the limb and get it as tight as you need it to be, there's no hole to maintain that pressure. You can make a hole, but in an emergency, I don't know if you've ever tried to put a hole through a leather belt. That's a little tough to do in an emergency. So a belt is a good idea, but I always caution people because you don't want to be in the middle of a situation and then realize the belt doesn't work. So if you're able to hold and maintain the pressure, the belt is a good idea. However, if there are issues with strength, or maybe it's just not the proper setting to be standing and holding a belt until help arrives, you want to keep that in mind. You want to stay away from things that have a narrow surface area, like shoestring. Right? A lot of people go, oh, I can use a shoestring. The problem with the shoestring is that it's so narrow that by the time you get it tight enough, right, to really, again, stop or stem the flow of blood, there's a good chance that it will cut through the skin. And so, again, you can be at risk of causing more harm than good. Okay? So those are our 3 kind of pretty basic techniques. Stop the bleed, set of wound management protocols so that you know what to do and that you're prepared to take action in the event of an emergency. All right, does anybody have any questions or anything?
What did you say was the right thing to use if you don't have a tourniquet?
If you don't have a tourniquet, you can use a necktie. You can use a headscarf. If you're able to kind of rip the sleeve off like they do sometimes in the movies, anything that's pliable enough to go around and then be tied, all right? You want to stay away from things like a shoelace. You want to be mindful if you have to use a belt, some of the complications that we just discussed when it comes to using a belt.
Are tourniquets available to the public?
They are. That's another great question. Who paid this young lady? No, but thank you for these great questions. Tourniquets are very widely available to the public. They sell them in the medical supply stores. And I say medical supply as opposed to pharmacy because the new school pharmacies kind of sell everything. They're like corner stores. And so the medical supply stores where they have the crutches and the walkers, they'll have the tourniquets as well. And just like, you know, when we learn about fire safety, it's good to have a fire extinguisher in the home. It's good to have a tourniquet or something of that sort in the home with you. Okay? All right. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Clean cloth. What about if you don't have a clean cloth, like you are on the side of the road and somebody is bleeding? What do you do?
That's a great question. Do not worry about the cleanliness of the cloth. You stuff it in there, you tie it around them, you use these techniques, and you stop the flow of blood. The hospital has every antibiotic known to man. They can cure any local site infection. Let's assume worst case scenario. You use something that was contaminated and now their leg has to be amputated. That's a very unfortunate scenario. However, it's still about saving the person's life. Okay, so I tell everyone, do not waste your time worrying about the cleanliness of a cloth or a rag or anything that you're using. Use these techniques and use them quickly to stop or stem the flow of blood.
How do you know which wound you're supposed to stuff? Like, let's say you are in the subway and somebody slashed somebody with a knife and the cut is like that compared to this one. How do you know? You can stuff both of them or you can just apply pressure?
The goal is to get direct pressure as much as possible. You want to try and identify the injury that's causing the most blood loss, or you want to rally help. Hey, I need you, sir, with a hat and the glasses. You want to be specific. You don't want to say, somebody help, right? You want to be very specific. You, sir, with the hat and the glasses, I need you over here. You put 2 hands over here. I got 2 hands over here. You know, but to answer your question, you want to get direct pressure on the injury, right? If somebody is cut or slashed in the subway, direct pressure, okay? Immediately. Direct pressure can be used in any and every scenario. The other techniques were only when the injury is a little bit more severe and direct pressure isn't stopping the flow of blood, okay?
So if you have to help somebody who have emergency, like some people, they'll be like worried about what kind of, maybe the person have blood disease like HIV and all that. When you touch the blood,
that is a great question. I even have on the table, if people really want to do the full demonstration, I even have gloves, because the reality is when you're dealing with blood or any other bodily fluids, you don't know. And so what I tell people is you only render you feel it's safe to do so. And so if that means that you can't help the stranger because you don't know, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. And I know that doesn't...
Obviously, everybody wants to help, but in that kind of emergency, what do you do? Because you never know who is who.
Right, no, I get what you're saying. And yes, our kind human nature wants us to help, but again, only if you feel it's safe to do so. And if you don't know a person's status, or if you're not sure what their bodily fluids may contain, and you don't feel it's safe to do so, then you may not be able to render help at that time. If I'm at a party with my friends and somebody starts shooting and a friend of mine gets hit, it's a friend. Of course I want to help. But if it's not safe for me to do so and I get injured in the process, then A, I didn't help anything, but B, now we require double the resources to come and provide aid and assistance, okay? As uncomfortable and as icky, for lack of better words, as it makes us feel, I may have to step back and wait until the coast is clear, until whatever's going on has kind of passed before I can render aid. If we only use these techniques on our friends and family, I'm okay with that. As long as everybody's doing it, then we're all protected. Okay, so those are great questions, but you definitely want to protect yourself first.
Okay, I want to thank Osakwe from Harlem Hospital for that great presentation on Stop the Bleed.
Yes, my
okay,
pleasure.
we're going to move on to the next presentation. Thank you.
Okay, so just announcing to the camera that we're going to the active shooters coming in.
Okay, we are now moving inside. Harlem Emergency Preparedness Day continues to the Stop the Shooter presentation by Public Safety from City College personnel. After a short pause, we'll be right back. Stop the bleed, active shooter, probably about 10 minutes inside. All right. So did you register over there at the table? Did you register? Yeah. Okay, everything there? Okay, so come on.
Okay, we'll take.
Okay.
So that other one can stay up.
Okay.
In fact, to make life easy. I'm good.
Try to be aware of your environment.